Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports.
This is Gary coming at you live.
Good.
To all the ladies out there, y'all enjoy this. Fellas, vibe out. Ladies, grab a drink. Enjoy.
Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk, where we cover sports and more for the culture, by the culture, because we are the culture. Hosted by your favorite twin duo, those Jackson men, Gary and Cary. You can find us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, where you can rate us, review, subscribe, follow, and most importantly, share.
Hello, and we're back. No? Nothing? You ain't got nothing?
Go do your intro. Go ahead.
We are back. Number one sports podcast in all the land. Why?
Because our mama said so.
Because our mama said so. This is Bottom Line Sports Talk, where we do it
For the culture.
by the culture.
Because we are the culture, you dig?
And y'all just let us know if y'all able to hear us.
Please.
We've been experimenting. You know, somebody came through in the clutch, not named James Harden. And we just want to welcome y'all back. We're back here in live effect, giving y'all these hot takes.
And it's a lot. We got a lot to uncover.
A lot of things to be happy about, a lot of things to be sad about. But
we just want to say happy late Thanksgiving to all y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Thanksgiving.
We didn't want to say that. You want to say that.
I want to say it. Yeah. Again, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We hope y'all enjoyed the holidays. Holidays was good, you know what I'm saying? Everything was cool, everything was copacetic. But the teams that played, not the teams that I root for, not so much.
So what we have here is a failure of expectations. Expectations that were not fulfilled, expectations that went unhinged, if you will. And most importantly, we had a lot of firings going on.
Yeah, a lot of them.
We had a lot of firings going on, and the ones that we care about happened inside of our state. I must say, it happened inside of our state. It was very funny. It was much needed. And somebody got some fessing up to do here.
Oh man,
got on the bandwagon late, but we'll get to that real soon. First off, see anything you want the people to know about what's going on in the sports world besides the firing? We're gonna get there. We want to jump the gun.
All right, where did you want to start with the five stuff that's going on in NBA, or?
Well, I ain't got the graphic up there, but if you want to do 2 or 3 things, 5, whatever.
All right, the first one, major story that's now hitting Josh Giddey, allegedly allegations of dating an underage girl. Of course, Josh Giddey is, I believe, 19 or 20, 21 years old. It's alleged that he is or was dating a minor. As well, another surprising twist in the NBA as of now. They probably won't last for the whole season, but I want everybody to pay attention to the Orlando Magic. They won 7 straight games, and they are currently the number 2 seed. I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm shocked. I'm just as shocked as anybody. Burrow showing out. Everybody talking about Wembanyama. They lost, of course, 7 straight or 6 straight, whatever. Burrow and the Orlando Magic, number 2 in the East. And LaMelo Ball with the injuries, man. He gonna be out of a significant amount of time again with an ankle injury. And the last one, Russell Westbrook fessed up. He is coming off the bench. Hashtag selfless. He is coming off the bench on a major surprise because I didn't think he was going to be able to do it. I didn't think he wanted to do it, but he is sacrificing playing time to come off the bench to help the team, in which they still lost against the Nuggets without Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. So those are my things.
So in terms of Orlando, I know you had brought up Victor Wembanyama. My thing with the Victor Wembanyama thing is, did you think the San Antonio Spurs would, I guess, be good? I know he's there, he's an impact, but he's still a rookie.
Yeah.
Did you really think that they would be that much better?
I thought they was gonna be a little bit average.
I mean, are they average to you? Because I think they average.
Yeah, they average.
Yeah, I think they average.
He ain't gonna lie, but Wembanyama have been balling.
No, he's a good player. I mean, and I don't know if the right word to say is average just because he's the newest piece, but I ain't expecting much from him.
Oh yeah,
I ain't expecting much from him.
Good team though.
And then also you mentioned Russell coming off the bench now. My whole thing, did he have a choice? Because I feel like with the James Harden thing, I think his thing was like he wanted to be a starter. So I don't know if Russell had a choice, even though he does have an argument to be made as far as how much he impacted the team last year when it came to the playoff chances and actually making an impact on the team to get them there.
Right.
So it's selfless to an extent, but I don't know if he had a choice though, honestly.
Unless either you come off the bench or you get traded.
Exactly.
And you don't want. I'm pretty sure you don't want to go from LA to
wherever,
Memphis or. Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, Memphis Grizzlies look absolutely horrible without Ja Morant, and he's gonna be coming back soon. I can't wait. I don't know how many more games he have. Probably, of course, to next year probably, but I'm pretty sure.
It won't be till January, I believe.
Yeah, January. Yeah. So, Ja, hope you learn your lesson. That 25 game suspension ain't cool. It ain't helping the team at all because the way it's looking right now, I don't think y'all gonna make the playoffs to begin with. So, hey.
A few things you should know about the NFL. One in particular, I feel like everybody knows about. Joe Burrow is out for the remainder of the season. Big deal, big consequences. The Bengals will not make the playoffs. Therefore, Cleveland will. And Pittsburgh looking like it right now.
Okay.
So we would possibly have 3 AFC North teams in the playoffs.
Yeah. Oh, and
because
Deshaun Watson out too, right?
He is, but the Browns defense is that good to where they make up for any blemishes they have.
Well, they did say Myles Garrett is day to day.
Yeah, no, for sure, and that's a big hit. But they defense overall is like I think it's them and the Ravens that's number 1, and whoever number 1, the other one number 2. Josh Allen, you got to look in the mirror and realize it's you. That is my second thing that I want y'all to understand. If you watch anything concerning any commentators or any post-game theatrics that they were trying to give in terms of the Philadelphia Eagles Buffalo Bills game, hey, I just got to put it to you like this. I don't care what kind of performance he put on. I don't care how many people say he was the best player on Sunday. You know what he didn't do? Win. And you can make the argument Gabe Davis. Was it Gabe Davis? Yeah. It was Gabe Davis in the end zone that didn't make the right read, and him and Josh Allen were on a different page or whatever. I'm sorry. I can't continue to give you that excuse because every time it comes to a clutch situation, something goes wrong. I will not give you were the best player on the field because the best player on the field won, and he ran the ball in overtime to win that bad boy.
What do you say about people saying that the Philadelphia Eagles are the luckiest 10-1 team? They are not the best 10-1 team in the NFL. What do you have to say about that?
So I don't understand what they mean by they're not the best 10-1 team because I don't get how you can't be good. Yes, it's some measure of luck that's involved with being 10-1, but then also they haven't been lucky when they've been behind and come from behind 10-point leads at times.
They have beaten every good team. But the true test is going to come Sunday when they have to play San Francisco when San Francisco comes. But besides that, and even if they lose that game, that's besides the point. They are the best team in the NFC right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
they haven't showed any weakness. Jalen Hurts is still balling. He should be in the MVP conversation. They have all right. They defense was whatever, but the offense is gelling. Defense is playing good. More than like, well, we'll see how that goes, but they may have a home field advantage when the playoffs do come around. So, of course, that's going to definitely help them out a lot. But from what I'm seeing, that team, you call them lucky or whatever you want to, again, 10 wins. And they have played good teams.
And that one loss, they should have won that game.
And that one loss, they should have won that game.
Yeah.
That one loss, they should have won that game. So, I feel Philadelphia looking like I said, the best team in NFC. But again, we'll see. The true test gonna come on Sunday.
And for most people that sit up there, and here's the thing: before I get on that other thing, here's the thing. If they don't win Sunday, that don't mean they still not the best NFC team with them having the best record. They could stumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole thing about what I hate that people start doing on Monday, they took the conversation off of Josh Allen not winning another close game and said, well, Philadelphia is lucky. Well, here's the thing. Philadelphia may be lucky because I know it's a bunch of Dallas people that did it.
Yep.
I know Philadelphia might be looking lucky, but they also won their games and they did against quality people. And then also, if we're being completely honest, this is for any Cowboys fans that might want to jump on here, surf on here, whatever. Who have y'all really played that y'all won against? Carolina stinks. We can go ahead and put it on the marker right now. Thursday night when they play Seattle, they stink too right now because Geno Smith ain't healthy, I don't think.
Nope.
And then their star running back, forget the backup or the now starter, but Kendall Walker in playing right now, so that's a big deal. And their defense, although may be good, it just doesn't look like a favorable matchup. So Dallas next test is going to be Philadelphia. So say they win that game, that doesn't mean they're the better team out the NFC East, but then they have Miami, and then they also have Detroit. Yep, they have Detroit, and the way things are looking right now, I'm not sure about Detroit.
Even though they 8-3.
Right, even though they're 8-3. The last thing I want people to know and understand is this. Not a Green Bay Packers fan, but I want to make sure I keep caping for him because I have kept caping for C.J. Stroud, and we'll get to that a little bit later.
Oh, you said Green Bay Packers?
Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, give him time. I think he's actually a competent quarterback for them. I need people to get out their feelings thinking they're going to have the next Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. He not them. His name Jordan Love. What he showed on Thursday for Thanksgiving was not bad at all. And it was against a good Detroit team. So give it time, man. Like people like Jordan Love ain't going to be nothing. Go draft whatever. Matt LaFleur is upset. Bro, you had a Hall of Fame quarterback. And you going to somebody who you never gave a chance to play unless Aaron Rodgers was hurt.
Not too many teams have Hall of Fame quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
So be patient. Chill on y'all expectations. Because as it stands, you only won one with Aaron Rodgers, and you'll be lucky if you win one with Jordan Love. Like, let's get it. Let's get out our feelings, people.
Hey, it is what it is, man.
So what you want to get to next, good sir?
Oh, man.
Let me make sure. Thank y'all again. This is Bottom Line Sports Talk. Cary, Gary. Thank y'all for joining us live and on the replay. If you will, like, subscribe,
and tell a friend.
share, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, and most importantly, get active in these comments. Who's ever on here right now? I'll come in and say hey to us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we appreciate you.
We appreciate y'all.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead.
College football had some shakeup. Michigan versus Ohio State. Ohio State versus Michigan.
Did it matter?
It did. I mean, just for home field, got to say the team last. Michigan beat Ohio State. I ain't going to say it was dominant. They won by, 6 points?
Both teams look ugly.
Yeah.
That was an ugly game.
Yeah, so all I can say is that Georgia probably won't win that championship.
I mean, no lies are told.
I mean, it's looking that way. All I can say is right now is Georgia, Michigan. I want to say is Washington in there, or I think they want to get.
Well, so they were building it right now, but I do know that Ohio State fell, and I think they said they're number 6.
Yeah,
which I don't think they fell low enough.
Y'all should be number 5. But anyway, with the game, did you see or do you think any team has a chance to, I guess, make their run where they could possibly win the national championship, or do you think it's going to be Georgia?
The only hope that anybody has of dethroning Georgia is if Alabama wins against Georgia in the SEC championship. No, I do not see Michigan actually winning. I don't think Michigan is good, if we're being honest. I didn't think Ohio State was even good. Michigan is good in the Big Ten, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia is what I said they were when we were talking about it a few weeks ago. Georgia's boring. Nobody really likes them. Nobody really hates them. If you're in the state of Georgia, you love them, and they're dominant. And nobody hates Kirby Smart, right? So you don't have your villains going on. Like I saw articles, a gangbusters of articles talking about Deion Sanders in Colorado. Gangbusters articles talking about Nick Saban. Like those are coaches, whether you love or hate them, it's either or.
I agree.
But you know you're not in the middle, and I feel like that's what Georgia is. Having said that, they will probably win it again, barring any unforeseen circumstances in the SEC championship.
Well, I know right now. Do you think they're going to advance? They're going to have some more playoff teams come next year, right?
They go to a 12-team format instead of a 14 format, so you'll have a lot more excitement. I'm kind of interested to see how they're going to do it. I guess are things going to be counted as bowl games, or are they just going to be regular games? You know what I'm saying? Like they do bowl games, and it'll be named the Goodyear Bowl or something like that, or the Fiesta Bowl. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but it's expanding, which is great. And it's also going to be a good thing for any fan out there, anybody wanting more of the great games in college football. And I'm not saying they're going to all be great, but I believe you'll see lower seed teams that deserve to be in there maybe upset some of the top seeds.
Okay. Also, I want to give a shout out to our Grambling Lady Tigers. A couple of weeks ago, they did beat Arizona State University 70-67. So big shout out to the Grambling women's basketball team. I was going to say the G women, but it just ain't sound right. Yeah. Shout out to the Lady Tigers. But in other news, Alabama won against Auburn, man. It was a close game. Very exciting game, man. Closer than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you sitting here saying that you wanted to lose.
Of course I wanted to lose.
No, I'm just saying. You sitting here with a smile on your face. You wanted me to eat crow.
Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying? Y'all won. Barely, but y'all won. A win is a win. Got to give y'all props.
So in terms of what happened with y'all and y'all game with Texas A&M, which, again, for some reason, no matter who at the helm, who they have, they always give y'all problems. Y'all pulled it out, and that's primarily because of Jaden Daniels. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what y'all have coming next year at quarterback, but in terms of this year, Brian Kelly should thank his lucky stars that Jaden was his quarterback because he literally won games.
Yeah.
He literally won games.
It won the defense. I give you that much.
Shout out to Oklahoma State. They won and are going to the Big 12 championship. Against Texas. So Oklahoma State is they somebody who blow up dreams, and they stopped Oklahoma from being unbeaten and continuing on their path after Oklahoma beat Texas in the Red River rivalry, River Classic or whatever. But I think Oklahoma State might have something to say about beating Texas. Texas hadn't looked like world beater since the Alabama game. Right. So Oklahoma State has a chance. Shout out to my homeboy. Well, I'll use the name everybody else knows. Shout out to Chase. Went to Oklahoma State alum. I cheer for them because of you, brother, and I am definitely gonna make sure I'm cheering for them in the Big 12 title game. Wish we get tickets. So anybody who tune in on YouTube, if you want to, we're in the DFW area. If you want to get us tickets so we can give you live behind the scenes reactions, we can even sit up here and act like we are. No, we're not acting. We are. We can be your sideline reporter. Yeah. We can be your in the stadium reporter. Whatever you need us to. If you want us to go to the Big 12 championship, holler at your boys, inbox, or get on this comment thread.
And it's at the AT&T Stadium.
Yeah. Okay. So we there. We in there like swimwear.
Hey, I'm fine with that.
We in there like swimwear. Let's go ahead and go to, I already mentioned Joe Burrow. Let's go to Week 10 NFL recaps. If you would, kind sir. I know we talked about the Philadelphia and Buffalo Bills game. What did you think about that game? Since we talked about it a little bit, but we only kind of heard a little bit from me.
Okay, pretty much from my synopsis of what I saw from that game is, again, Philadelphia was the better team that day. It was a hard-fought game. Both sides of the ball, they played good until overtime. I believe Josh Allen is 0-6 in overtime, if I'm not mistaken. And 2 right now, one past Sunday and the one against I don't even know if they went overtime with Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes.
No, that was regulation.
Okay,
but
regulation.
It could have been they lost at that long pass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It wasn't no Patrick Mahomes. It wasn't a long pass. Mark Valdez Scantling. I don't even want to say his first name.
Well,
and I called that when he was in Green Bay that he couldn't catch. But go ahead.
But yeah, they again, good game, a good defense was played. Like the key to that game, when I think Josh Allen, who was the receiver, that
Gabe Davis,
there was some miscommunication going on, and Gabe Davis had his man beat. He just went the wrong way. He went left, the ball went right, and that's what happened. And Philadelphia came back out there. They connected on every drive, whether it was third down, second down. They piled it up, the push drive and everything. And again, the hero
push
of the
push.
Team. Huh?
You said push drive or tush push?
I said the pull drive.
Oh, pull drive.
Yeah,
I ain't hear you.
Yeah, but tush push. And at the end, when it was time to get the ball in his hands, Jalen Hurts' name was called and he won the game. So it was a good game. I liked it.
So another game that was interesting that went down to the wire,
Baltimore,
if you will.
The Chargers.
Baltimore and the Chargers, and I left that alone because I wanted to give this air to breathe. Lamar Jackson is that guy, even though there wasn't a good game by him. Not only is he that guy, Zay Flowers, who is only a rookie receiver, dude. I saw dude ball out at Boston College and was legit one of the only threats that they had.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a real deal. But that defense looks like the old Ravens defense, like they hitting people, they snagging stuff, and making you fumble. They're doing all of that. And if their defense looks like that, Lamar Jackson will win a championship this year, as long as they continue to look like that.
Yeah, and another thing about that game, Chargers defense normally don't come to play. They can't play on Monday or Sunday night. They can't play on Sunday night. They ain't gonna lie, they balled out. The offense, for whatever reason, I guess they decided to have it in their head. They just want to turn the ball over left and right, and it was not because of Justin Herbert. I want to reiterate that Justin Herbert was getting the ball to his playmakers. They just kept fumbling the ball. And again, I gotta give credit to. I'm not discrediting Baltimore. I give credit to Baltimore for getting the fumbles and everything. Who's the DN that they signed from South Carolina? I cannot think of his name.
Jadeveon Clowney.
Great pickup for the Baltimore Ravens.
Well,
that was a great pickup.
They had a couple of pickups. It's just that defense wasn't looking like they used to, which is like elite. And so they hadn't been looking like that. They've been looking good or below average for the past like 3 years. Mm-hmm. So their defense definitely stepped up. But the Chargers, as much as I want to give them credit, they have a defensive coach. And so I'm not going to give them that much credit for their defense finally showing up to the party and looking good.
Well, it took them how many games?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we in week 12 right now.
Week 12, right? And this the game y'all showed to play defense.
So I'm not going to give them credit that much. I'm going to give them like, hey, good job. But I really wanted to make sure I stopped and talked about Justin Herbert. Mm-hmm. I think I'm beginning to get off this bandwagon. I don't know if the issue is Brandon Staley, even though he should still be fired. I don't know if the issue is Brandon Staley, because I think since Justin Herbert has been there, Keenan Allen and his other receiver, his name escapes me, so I forgot. But they've always gotten hurt at some point, right? Mm-hmm. So he got Keenan Allen. He feeding the ball to Keenan Allen, and it don't matter. Like Baltimore just showed it don't matter, right? When you play against Kansas City, it's always one freaking thing that always messes up. And no, it's not on you, but because you're the quarterback, we put it on you, right? So then you'll sit up there and have a magnificent game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're like, oh, that's what we're talking about. Justin is that dude, right? And then you go blow the lead. Like, as much as that's on the head coach, it's also on you too, as a quarterback.
I agree.
So I think for me, I'm gonna be off of it. I think I'm done. I'm
not restrained. Look, if I can pick it, if the Saints can pick Justin Herbert up,
we're not living in that world though. That's why I'm like I'm off of it. We're not living in that world. So for me, I'm like,
I'll take Justin.
No, I would take him, but I'm just saying.
I'm not out that campaign.
I am. I just the reason why I say that I cannot use excuses for him when Joe Burrow literally did not have a line when he went to the Super Bowl. That man got sacked 9 times in the Super Bowl and still was in the game.
And still had Jamar Chase is still open.
And
Jalen Ramsey was still looking at his jersey.
And like
the back of his jersey.
And that's what I'm saying. So whereas you have one elite receiver on Cincinnati team, and then you have another two that are good or above average. You have two phenomenal, tall wide receivers. Gerald Everett is a great tight end. And Austin Eckler is a very underrated back. You got a team around you, and yet we have not seen it. So as much as people want to sit there and criticize Lamar Jackson for only have one playoff win, Justin Herbert has 0.
It
was up
28-0.
28-0. So I no longer I'm jumping off. I got one foot off the bus.
No, man, I put my foot off the bus.
No. I'm giving this lad whenever they have a good game, because I hadn't looked at their schedule. Whenever they have another good game, I'm gonna look at it. Because I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I just can't put him in this other category and then be like, well, the other team just outperforming him. We don't use that excuse for Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, the first 4 games, watch him. If you play dominoes, watch him. After you get through the first 4 games, that man looked the best he ever looked every year.
I mean, true enough.
Every year.
True enough. I'm just saying, I'm not about to get off that train right now, man.
Hey guys, this is our mother right here. I know you can't see her here, but this is our mother. Number one podcast in the nation, and our mother's in the house. So, hello, Mom. How you doing?
What up, though?
First a comment here.
We
appreciate that. So why aren't you off the train, if you will, before we continue?
Well, he still. If you ask me, in my opinion, he still have all the attributes you want in a young athletic quarterback. And get the ball down the field. You don't make too many mistakes where you be like, oh my God, he's throwing too many interceptions or he's fumbling the ball too much. The only thing is he's just not winning the game. And a lot of that does have to deal with the defense, because the defense they get scored on a lot. But like I said, this past week, they put their big boy pants on. But if that defense played like it did on Sunday night, like they do every game, they might have a chance. But I'm not ready to get off that bandwagon just yet. I'm not.
I won't ever get off the Josh Allen bandwagon, because Sunday proved why he should be considered an elite quarterback, right?
Oh no, we talking about just Herbert or Justin?
No, I'm going. But I will never get off the Josh Allen one, because he's won in the playoffs, whether it's narrowly or blew somebody out, right? The New England Patriots versus the Miami Dolphins. 2 different playoff games, 2 very different outcomes.
I agree.
But he won nonetheless. My whole thing is we might not get a chance to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs this year. And our last memory is going to be the lead that was blown. Yes, we know Brandon Staley, the head coach, should get fired. But right now we're sitting here like, why haven't you won more?
Right.
And so if I got to ask that question, I got to keep asking that question. Then I got to look at it and be like, okay, you got dynamic things. No, the defense might not be all that, but you know who else wasn't playing up to snuff and he looked like his old self? Russell Wilson. Wilson.
Yeah.
The Vegas Raiders, who you probably don't even know their quarterback name. They've been playing great. They might not have won every game, but they look like a very different team. And so I just wonder, when can we get that gear shift? Like, he looked like he wanted it Sunday, and it just didn't happen.
He did, yeah.
And it just didn't happen. I don't know if I see that every Sunday, though, from him. You know me, I watch all the games, so it's like, sometimes it's like, okay, cool. Sometimes it's just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like the Tennessee game they played earlier, the Tennessee Titans they played earlier this year. It looked like it.
Didn't look like it.
It didn't look like it. And when they lost, you see looking on the sideline. I was like, bro, it's kind of your fault, though.
It's just that blank stare that be happening.
Yeah. So
I already know, man.
Let's see who else we got, because we'll talk about us here in a minute. Tampa Bay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Carolina, terrible. We know that. That'll be a topic here in a few minutes. Cowboys played against the Panthers. That wasn't really about nothing.
No.
You know, it was okay games, but it wasn't nothing really like solid proof. Also,
the Rams beat the Cardinals 37-14.
Kyler Murray looked awful in that game.
Lord have mercy.
He looked awful in that game.
The Giants beat the Patriots. Mac Jones had to be benched again. What's new?
What's new in the world?
All right. What about Texans and Jaguars. That was a big game.
Texans Jaguars, big game. I was trying to get to any other one before I got to that one.
Okay.
No, you good. I didn't know if we had any more that you wanted that we need to talk about, but that's a big one.
Bears like it.
Ooh, did you watch it? I did not watch it. I flipped every now and then. They had field goals in that one too.
Broncos beat the Browns.
They did. That's what I'm saying.
Again, Deshaun Watson is out.
The way they defense playing, I don't know if it would have mattered. He might would have got hurt. The Broncos, they ripping. I ain't about to say Broncos, let's ride. Oops.
Broncos, let's ride.
But when it comes to what they've been doing, it does like they turned the leaf. It's still screw you, Sean Payton, to the day I die.
Hey,
it's still screw you.
Man, all the coaches besides my own. And we're going to talk about him later on.
No, I'm just saying, like, screw you, Sean Payton, because you left us. Like, this. I'm hateful because I thought you was done coaching, but you really was looking for another opportunity.
I bet when we get Jay Daniels, you want to go come back? I bet he want to come back.
If we don't make no moves to top the draft, I feel like he gonna go. We got to make a move. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
So, Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston Texans. That's a game that I told you I wanted to make sure I watched. I thought the Texans would have pulled it out, and they almost did.
Almost.
Jacksonville, again, to me, this is just me. Jacksonville, they on borrowed time right now.
Good record, by the way.
They got a good record, but like they floated it up because they changed at the end of the day. Yeah. They was number one, then the Chiefs won, then the Chiefs was number one, then the Ravens won, then the Ravens was number one. So that now it's like it just flips out because they all got their record.
Yeah, that AFC was
South.
AFC South. This is coming up it's coming up, man. Thanks to CJ Stroud for sure, because they got who they need for the future, and he has been balling. I want to say thank you, Carolina Panthers, for not drafting CJ Stroud. That's gonna be two division games we have to play with that man. And
I told you I didn't want none of it.
I ain't want that. Look, we good. Not saying we won't be gonna be able to do nothing.
No.
Because he's struggling against us, even though he's still struggling against us. So
he's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
But when it comes to him being I don't know if Bryce Young would do that in Houston, right? So they got the right guy. I was happy when they got it. I've been talking about it all year. If y'all tuned in, all this football season, I should say, since if y'all been tuning in, Houston Texans are that team now. They got their quarterback. They got their head coach. Ownership is what it is, but they actually made a great decision in getting DeMeco Ryans, a former player, one of their best in history because they're a young franchise still.
They still are.
So when it comes to this is a great move. Tank Dell, tremendous pickup. Another rookie. That's one of his favorite wide receiver targets. Nico Collins. Dalton Schultz. Cowboys fans will remember that name. He's been an asset to him.
Brandon Christmas was there.
Yeah. Also DeAndre Hopkins.
And DeAndre Hopkins. All I'm saying, y'all can still come back.
Nah, can't come back. They looking to level up. I feel like they're not getting it in the draft. Because if I'm being honest, skill position wise, they okay.
You know what? Now that we think about this, everything kind of came to fruition with of course, I don't like the answer what he had said about
inmates running the asylum.
Inmates running the asylum and the plantation. Anyway, everything again kind of came to fruition. DeAndre Hopkins left, Brandon Cooks left, Deshaun Watson had all those allegations going on. And they decided to trade him to the Cleveland Browns. And it seems like they reaped the benefits of good fortune with CJ Stroud. And it's been a long time, but we can finally see that they have a future with this team. And I think this team can go far. Of course, they're going to have they lumps and bumps and everything. They probably low-key should have won that game. A few missed calls by the refs kind of effed that game up. But
they missed a lot of things, too, in terms of, like, just them executing wise. So I won't even put it on the refs. Like, they definitely missed calls, but they always do. They always do.
But regardless, they are a team to watch out for. They have been put on notice. He, of course, is on your fantasy. You did win fantasy again this week.
How you gonna talk?
I'm beating you up, man. I'm beating you up.
I am 10-2 in my fantasy league. So looking to go ahead and wrap it up. When the playoffs get here, which will be in a couple of weeks, we'll see how those seedings fall. But As long as I got C.J. Stroud in there, Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, like, yo, I think my team's going to survive.
Yeah, I ain't going to say you can't lose.
I know
right
who my
now,
competition is, and I know he looks at this show, so he know. I already told him who my competition is.
Man, for Trevor Lawrence, he had 364 yards, 23 for 38. And the Texans, C.J. Stroud, 26 for 36, 304 yards. Oh, man. What can I say?
He's broken a rookie record for passing yards, I believe. I'm not sure about touchdowns just yet, but it could be there. But I know he's breaking records. He's undoubtedly the rookie of the year.
Without a doubt.
And
offensive rookie of the year. Rookie of the year.
Yeah. When it comes to him being an MVP conversation, it's validated. Because without him on their team, they not winning these games.
Now he's going to get it? No. I don't think he's going to get
it. Who's going to get the MVP in your opinion?
Ooh. Jalen Hurts. Hey, Jalen Hurts might be the one. He might be the one to get that bad boy. Who you think?
If it's not Lamar Jackson, because that's who I think it should be. If it's not Lamar Jackson, the MVP, and I know we got pass rushers that should be and all this stuff, the MVP, and it's going to pain me to say it, but it's true. Deron Bland of the Dallas Cowboys.
Or Michael Parsons.
No, 6 returns. But the boy got more points than some teams.
That's crazy.
6 interceptions returned for a touchdown. Deron Bland. His gloves and cleats are going to be they're going to be in Canton now. He's only a second-year player.
Where from?
I think Utah.
Good God Almighty! Man.
I think Utah. I can look it up real quick, but
hey,
I think he should. I'm sorry, Fresno State. I was on the West, but too far. Fresno State.
All that's saying is he about to get paid. That team again, Dallas Cowboys. I gotta give them credit, man. They've been balling. That defense is definitely a main reason why. You know, offense of course going to do what the offense do, but that defense is top notch. And you know, I hate to say that, but I gotta give credit what credit is due.
No,
they've been balling. I give credit. Ain't that just mad? I hate of the team, but
I don't mind giving credit to their defense, but their defense has been otherworldly since Michael Parsons got there. I don't mind giving credit to the offense. I'm just not gonna push it because outside of
the right team exposed that.
Yeah, so you've lost to Philly and you lost to San Francisco and you lost to the Cardinals. You were in a close game against the Chargers. We already said what we said about the Chargers. So it's like, yeah, you can beat up on your Carolinas and things like that, and that's great. You can only play who's in front of you, right? But I'm not getting excited because you beat them as bad as you did.
Yeah.
I'm not getting excited because you beat Washington, and then the Cowboys fans use it as a ploy to be like, well, we beat Washington by this, and they in Philadelphia only beat them by that. I was like, but actually both of y'all won, and still Philadelphia beat y'all once.
Right.
And here's the thing. Here's the key thing about the game that will be taking place in 2 weeks. Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. The first game was in Philly. Second game is in Dallas.
Right.
I don't think Dallas lost a home game this year. Ooh. So that's an interesting.
That's gonna be the one to see if Philadelphia is a legit team. If they,
I think they legit. It's just can they go ahead and wrap it with a bow?
If they can beat Dallas in Dallas, then I will crown. Right now, it's kind of I still think it's San Francisco, Philly. But if they can go into Dallas and win in Dallas by 3 points, by 1 point, it don't matter. If they can go in there and win by Dallas, I think they're gonna win. They can go back to the Super Bowl.
So, do they have to win, or do they have to look good in your opinion?
No, they have to win. I want them to win.
So I'm with you. I feel you. My only thing is I say to me, look good because if they beat San Francisco, undoubtedly the best team in the NFC. I'm sorry, and I don't care whether they beat Dallas again because right now as it sits, they have a 2-game lead.
Yeah.
They beat Philadelphia. I'm sorry, they beat San Francisco. I'm convinced to say they're the best because honestly, you going in there, if you perform well, that's fine. My whole thing is all you got to do is win your other games, and Dallas can't win the division, and therefore they're sitting in a wild card spot, and they got to go to whoever.
Right.
If they beat San Francisco, I am convinced, and I am ready to call them the best team in the NFC, bar none.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Hey, I feel you, man.
You want to introduce the segment?
Yes, sir. And the segment we're about to get to now is called Flag on the Play. And pretty much when Flag on the Play is when we see any sports athletes, when we see anybody in media, coaches, anybody just say anything crazy, I feel that it's our job as sports enthusiasts to call these people out. And Lord have mercy, thank you. I can go so much on this topic for the past 2 weeks, from Malika Andrews not covering Josh Giddey. It's so many. But my flag was, she got partial flag on the play. Malika, do better now. We ain't gonna say too much crazy stuff on here right now, but I say do better. But my flag on the play, this goes to the NCAA. They suspended Jim Harbaugh for 3 games. And for 3 games, what they did to USC, they took everything away. They took Reggie Bush's Heisman Trophy. They vacated a lot of their wins. It just didn't make no sense. They did all of this, and Jim Harbaugh, for the cheating allegations, only got 3 games suspension. They gotta do better. And I can list these things off to you. If I could find it, I just want to list them off to you so everybody knows what's going on. But
so in terms of what's going on with the sign stealing, there's so many things that keep coming out. At first, it was alleged, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a offensive, we'll say, errand boy, to say the least. Will. Oh, okay, that's fine. I can go ahead. Take it off though, because they're going. So yeah. So in terms of the sign stealing, what you have. In terms of the sign stealing, what you have is you have the sign stealing being they were stealing signs, teams were complaining, and things like that. And they were blaming it on one person, and then Jim Harbaugh being the head coach, they were saying that, hey, this is all your fault. Well, they suspended him, gave him a TRO, which is temporary restraining order, and then they were able to go ahead and give him these games. The team never did really go ahead and lose. They've been stepping up way more, playing with more emotions. Free Harbaugh shirt, if you will. And that's what's been going on. And the most recent thing that I've seen in this story is that they've been able to say now it's possibly a booster that's been paying people to steal signs from Michigan. My only thing is this. They may have stolen signs, but they still hadn't won a national championship. And that's what we really have to look at. That's the thing that we have to really tweak our eyes, twist them, tighten them, whatever you may want to say. And just look at Jim Harbaugh and be like, this is crap. Yeah, he's getting suspended. Yeah, it should be some level of punishment. But it was like, this is supposed to be something that derailed them. Now they're going to be in the college football playoffs whenever they win against Iowa, which I think they will. And if Iowa were to win, I'm that type of petty. I would like to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, my flag on the play this week goes to something that I've been apropos about. Ooh, yes, I used the big word apropos. This flag on the play for me is really personal. It goes to the misfortune of what Carolina has had to go through. And the misfortune goes because last year they let go of their head coach. And they had Steve Wilkes, an African-American man, who actually had that team playing to the point where they were almost in the playoffs. One more win, they would have been in the playoffs after their dismal performance. So after they set up there and had that dismal performance, Steve Wilkes almost got in there. And the way to reward Steve Wilkes as the interim coach would be to give him the head coaching job. But they did not. They gave it to a guy named Frank Wright, who was fired from the Indianapolis Colts the year prior. So Frank Wright has been there all of 2 minutes. And as Frank Wright so delicately has been doing, which is not winning, Bryce Young has been there. He hasn't looked good at all. The defense is good, but I don't think that's a testament to Frank Wright. I think that's a testament to the defense just being good. Frank Wright finally got fired. And that's what we expect. And that's what we think. And that's what should have happened. So my flag on the play goes to the fact that he was actually there that long, that he was actually hired, that he was actually in that position anyway. I don't think he was the right hire. I think this is karma. If you watch one of our sports episodes before, sports karma is something that I believe in, and this is all that the Carolina Panthers are getting. Also, because you got Bryce Young, you may also have another extra dose of sports karma. And also because of the way that you did Cam Newton, you may still be reaping the benefits of sports karma. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my flag on the play for Frank Wright getting fired, not because he got fired, but because he should have been hired in the first place. And a caveat, he is the first coach to be fired in back-to-back seasons since the 1970s.
Oh, that's tough.
That is what we have there. Next segment, we ain't got no music, so do whatever you're gonna do.
All right, man. Next segment, when life comes at you fast, and pretty much is when any of the athletes or coaches, anybody feels like they're on cloud 9 and they feel like they can't come down. I feel that we just gotta let them know. And when life comes at you fast, this goes to Go ahead. All right. LSU women's basketball drama. Unfortunately, this
I ain't got nothing.
we can do a flag on the play for that too.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. The drama going on at LSU. They just won the national championship this past year against the first ever national championship against the Iowa Hawks. Hawkeyes, my bad. The Lady Hawkeyes, and pretty much, unfortunately, Angel Reese's mom and Flage's mom was going back at it. Flage's mom said, "Well, your daughter have a 2.0 GPA." Angel Reese hasn't been missing from I ain't gonna say missed from the team, but she hasn't been in action with the team,
and we still don't know why.
Kim Mulkey ain't gonna say nothing. Which I gotta keep it a band. Hey, Kim Mulkey, hey, keep that in the house, man. We appreciate you. That's how you handle business. But I mean, what can I say, man? This team looked like the fall from grace. They lost against Colorado, which was number 20 at the time.
You didn't watch the game. That was a great game.
My brother said it was a great game. I'm pretty sure it was a great game. But LSU
for Colorado,
LSU. I mean, too many. I guess this is what happens when you have too many egos on the team, man. And I hate to say it, like they taking a step back, even though their talent level is top tier. We're gonna see what happens with Angel Reese in the coming weeks. See if she's still gonna be part of the team. See if she's gonna be traveling with the team. But I mean, hopefully I can get some inside information on why she's missing, or hopefully it just ain't the GPA thing. Hopefully she's taking a break, getting everything together. But yeah, this is unacceptable. Also, when life comes at you fast, Iowa lost to unranked Kansas State. Caitlin Clark, we saw a little dirty move you pulled by pushing the girl. You wrong for that. But that's when life comes at you fast.
For the Angel Reese thing, is she a senior or a junior this year?
I think she may be a junior. I think she may be a junior.
So can women come out after the third year or no? They got to say all four.
I think they can or may not.
I was just curious because if this don't work out, I'm assuming she's gonna go through the transfer portal.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
Hopefully not, but she probably will. If
I think I don't know what's going on. I think it's interesting to say the least. I think again, you want to know what's going that's going to take the WNBA into the next level.
Mm-hmm.
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like that. Magic and Larry Bird. Look at it. That's what these girls are in a sense.
I agree.
Not that it's not great players and things going on already in the WNBA, because it is, but beef and drama and race, it's gonna make it more appealing and get people really into it. And hey, we better go to the WNBA game for them tickets skyrocket, because they
right.
Give it another 2 years and it's on and pop.
I agree,
and it's already good right now.
Yep, man.
So my money shot goes to things that I need you to remember, want you to remember when you hear it, when you see it. Think about us and come back to this podcast, Bottom Line Sports Talk. Like, share, subscribe, review. Hey, y'all get our numbers up for real. Anyway, I'm not gonna go on my rant about that. My money shot is something I need you to remember, and this is a very special one.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money.
Dollar bill, y'all.
This week's money shot goes to every coach that was fired in Louisiana. I'm talking about Tech. I'm talking about Gremlin. I'm talking about ULM. I'm talking about firings that need to happen, the New Orleans Saints. And then I'm talking about a firing that should have happened, but it won't. And that's at LSU. Because by golly, one man did it at LSU, and I'm going to go backwards. One man did it at LSU. His name is Jaden Daniels, who should be the Heisman Trophy candidate.
Facts.
And we are actually going to crown him Heisman Trophy winner right here tonight.
On Bottom Line Sports Talk.
So Jaden Daniels is the Heisman Trophy candidate. He is the winner. I believe that we are speaking this to existence for him. If it was not for that man, they wouldn't have won. And it's point blank simple like that. Brian Kelly, thank your lucky stars. Because I can only imagine what the record would have been without it. Because the defense wouldn't have held you down.
Jaden gave him another extension.
No, he got at least another year. I don't know about extension, but at least another year.
Hey, maybe so, man.
So going backwards, we have the Saints. The Saints, abysmal performance. I'll tell you why in a minute. But Derek Carr, not the quarterback. Dennis Allen, not the head coach. Pete Carmichael, not the offense coordinator. All three of those men, and if you want to keep Derek Carr, fine, cool, so be it. But I'm just willing to tell you I think it's not a good fit. All three of those men need to be let go. All three of those men are not good for us. All three of those men are sitting up there making Sundays unbearable every chance that we get. It was a terrible, terrible game against the Dirty Birds. 5 field goals after being in the red zone 3 times in scoring position 5 times.
Yep.
Our kicker was our offense. We could not get a touchdown, which is all we needed to win. That is unacceptable. That is not what we have come to expect, not what we were used to, but what we have come to expect from the Saints. That deserves a firing, if you ask me, more than anything in the world. We can go to Tech and ULM and they're getting their coaches fired. I'm not well versed in their program, so I won't sit up there and shit on them. And yes, I said it because I had to. But I'm about to talk about them Grambling State University Tigers. I've been calling it all year, and you came to the dark side and you said during the game at the very beginning, what you say?
He got to go.
He got to go. Hugh Jackson had to go. I had to call him out by name because if y'all didn't know him, the Bottom Line Sports Talk exclusive. Hugh Jackson had to go. The reason why he had to go is because it just didn't fit. It didn't look right. It didn't look like the boys wanted to play sometimes. Also, you lost homecoming and Bayou Classic, which are unacceptable for us down here at HBCU land in Louisiana. When it comes to Bayou Classic, those are bragging rights.
Right.
The band, we can get to that another time. I spoke with my dear, dear brother. And the band got some issues going on too. It's not looking real good for Grambling, but by the way, we have a chance to rewrite history. But it had to start with Hugh Jackson getting fired. I hate it for you because you're a brother. But in the fulfillment of my school and the greatness that we come from, you had to go, my friend.
Either you win or go home.
Either you live long enough and you die to become the hero, or you live long enough to be the villain. That's from Batman: The Dark Knight.
If you swim, you better not drizzle.
Wow.
I'm done.
Wow. But yes, Hugh Jackson had to go. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It didn't look right. Not sure what the quarterback situation is going to look like.
The one thing, he handed that ball off when he was in scoring position. He handed it off to the running back 11 times. And on the 12th time, like, you did not, I would have gave it to my running back 4 times in a row.
It's Pete Carroll all over again.
He did the dumbest thing. He let our quarterback try to do the same thing how he scored our first touchdown. It wasn't it, man. Why did you give it? Yeah, why didn't you give it to the running back 4 times? You can do that 4 times in a row, and we gained significant amount of yards, but he messed that up.
And shout out to Southern's coach. I'm not going to mention his name, but he is the first person to win at both schools because he was the interim coach the time that we won a Bayou Classic, and now he's the interim coach for Southern.
Yep.
So he made history on us when we could have set up there and rewrote history. But Hugh, it's time that you had to go. After homecoming, I started hearing rumblings, but I said after I watched him go against Hampton at the beginning of the year, it didn't look any different than it did the year before.
Right.
And I saw it last year mainly. The one game that I watched fully last year, I watched a bunch of them, but I watched that one from front to back. Bethune-Cookman, when they played Bethune-Cookman, terrible. It just looked terrible. It was terrible. That's all I can use is terrible. So I'm happy he's gone. I'm happy we'll be off on a new leaf. Now, we must be patient with whoever we bring in, but you also must show promise.
Also, yeah.
So that's the standard that we hold to, and it is of excellence. We are world fame in the band, and we are legendary on the football field and excellent everywhere else in every other sport. But we can't look like this no more.
That's a fact.
That's my money shot, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, man. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. Well, our next segment, unfortunately, we won't be able to play it, but we want to give you our music picks for the week, where what we listen to. Hopefully, y'all like. Hopefully, y'all can go back in y'all cars, put it on an aux cord, whatever. Hopefully, y'all listen to it, check it out. Some from the old school, some from the new school, some from the present. You know what it is what it is. So, with no further ado, one of the best female hip hop artists, one of the best hip hop artists out right now, Rap City, is the name of the song is called Asteroids, and Victoria Monet featuring.
You gotta say her name like say
Monet. Victoria Monet featuring Buju Banton, Party Girls. Real good record. Plus the video.
See you on Victoria train now.
I've been on the train.
Oh.
I've been on the train for a couple of years.
She got some solid projects.
Yeah, she do.
So I went completely like new releases, right? So the first one, 2 Chainz got another album out.
With Wayne.
2 Chainz, Lil Wayne, Benny the Butcher, Oprah and Gayle.
Facts.
That slaps. The video is actually crazy too.
Black and white video.
Yeah. So I told you, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it on here. We got to give 2 Chainz his respect.
Yeah.
2 Chainz don't get his respect, and I am willing to say he is in top 10 as a rapper
Of all time.
of all time. 2 Chainz is that cold, and I challenge you, since you listen to so much music, go back and listen to some of them albums. Do you know the man? The man got metaphors out the wazoo.
They do.
I'm willing to put him in there, and he got a long, steady decade of it. Like, diet of it, because he's been around for forever.
I ain't know you gonna claim 2.
I'm giving him top 10. I am.
All right.
I am.
Of course.
We can have a talk about that. But 2 Chainz, he don't get the flowers he deserves. That man that's one of the coolest older generation people you could think of. And everybody best for 2 Chainz.
Can't go wrong.
Man, hosts Amazon Live Music every Thursday on Prime. What you mean? Also, Ari Lennox, huge fan, of course. She has a new single out, Get Close.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. If we would have played this tonight, I would have smashed you tonight. I don't know. That Victoria might have been. It might have killed. That Victoria might have killed. But if we'd have played it tonight, I'd have smashed.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. Just
first of all, you like the Wayne, but they Get Close. You think she talking to you?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what she posted. She wasn't though.
She had on.
She wasn't talking to you. She wasn't talking to you.
Shout out to Ari Lennox, man.
Ari Lennox, SZA. They some queens.
Yeah.
They some queens.
Bodies of goddesses.
Whether they fake or not.
Whether they fake or not. All the lies you
tell. Whether they fake or not.
Yeah, man.
Guys, he has 2 Chainz.
Does he have 2?
Mama, he has more than 2 Chainz, but that's funny.
You should have heard what his name was before 2 Chainz. But we ain't gonna say it. We're gonna say that for later.
It's Titty Boy. He still call himself that.
Shout out to 2 Chainz, man.
he still call himself. He still say it every now and then.
Shout out to 2 Chainz, man.
2 Chainz. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have brought you the best we can today. Right? We did the best we could today.
Yeah.
I feel like we did great.
We have.
You disappeared. I carried the show.
You did.
I did.
For a little bit.
No, yeah.
And then the main attraction came back.
Nah, you ain't nowhere there. Nowhere there. Remember host, co-host.
No, remember host, co-host.
You don't do enough. Don't lie.
Remember host and co-host. Yeah.
Anybody who knows.
I'm Batman, he Robin. Cary equal Batman, Robin equal Gary. Transforms, I'm Optimus Prime. He Bumblebee.
We know our roof of villains. I'm Thanos and you Iron Man. You dying in.
Come on, dog. Like, wow. You're gonna be like Captain America.
I don't like Captain America like that.
All right, anybody else?
I like Iron Man. You know that, but he's no longer with us. If you watch Loki, you know who I really was. I'm Loki. I save everything. Okay. You ain't see the series. Series fire, by the way.
I read about it.
No, you gotta watch it. It's fire. You're not gonna watch it though. See? It's great. Anyway, Bottom Line Sports Talk. Want to make sure we thank those who tuned in live, those who also are catching this on a replay. Thank y'all for bearing with us, if you will, for this hour. We made this an hour. I was trying to make sure we made this hour.
We did.
We made this hour. So, once again, want to thank y'all for tuning in to Bottom Line Sports Talk, where we do it
for the culture,
by the culture,
because we are the culture. You did.
And also, without further ado, this is the #1 sports podcast in all the land. Why?
Because our mama said so.
Because our mama said so. And other than that, thank y'all so much. We love y'all. Take it easy, and we'll see y'all really, really soon.
Thank you for listening to Bottom Line Sports Talk. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and don't forget to share. We'll see you next time.